What's up everyone? Welcome back to Living Lightly. Today we're going to be doing a low impact circuit workout. So you're going to need your weights and a mat if you're not on a softer surface. I've got a couple pairs of weights, one that is heavier because we're going to be working the legs, want to build that muscle, and then one that's medium, still can challenge me. We've got 4 different rounds, 4 moves in each, and we're going to do each round 2 times. So it's going to be great. It's going to get our heart rate up, we're going to build that muscle. Let's get after it. Alright, so we're going to start by warming up. I want you to just shake it out here. If you're not ready to add that hop, you can just shift your weight back and forth. We're just going to loosen up the muscles here. Wake up the body. Then you press the arms down. Press it out. Press it up. Woo, party. Press it down. And just shaking it out. Let's run the feet. Reach it forward. Reach it back. Try to get our heart rate up a little bit. Get our blood flowing. Reach. Pull it back. In 3, 2, 1, you're gonna hug the knees up towards the chest, this big march. Engaging our core here. Again, just trying to wake up the body, get some fluid into our joints. In 3, 2, 1, let's go to a modified jumping jack. We're gonna tap it out side to side. Reach it out, pulling the arms down. Heart rate just spiked up. I don't know about you. Tap it out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's pull the arms apart, flexing that foot in front of us. Give ourselves a nice little hug in the middle. Switch back and forth. Opening up the chest. Again, just getting that fluid over those joints. Reach, pull it in. Deep breath, nice and easy. Nothing too bad yet, right? Back and forth. In 3, 2, and 1, we're gonna warm up the feet here. Let's circle out the ankle. Ooh, get out all those pops and cracks, stretching through the foot. And then when you feel ready, let's take it to the other side. Rolling through that foot, just getting that, again, getting that fluid into that joint. Lubricating our joints here. All right, we're gonna set the feet apart here. Let's shift our weight back and forth. Move towards a lateral lunge. We're getting a nice stretch in our inner thigh. Back and forth. Starting to engage the legs and the glutes. Reach. We're going to add a reach to this. So reach up on the diagonal and then pull it down. So you should notice a nice stretch down the side body, the lats. Reach and pull. Opening up the lungs. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the feet about hip width apart. We're going to squat down. As we lift up, we're going to reach, pivoting on that foot. So we're starting to warm up our core here while we warm up the glutes. We're just going to lift that heel back and forth. Sending the hips down and pressing through the heel to come up. Reach, squat, reach. One more on each side. All right, we're going to warm up our shoulders here. Let's round the shoulders up, press it down. Nice and easy. Let's reverse that circle, lift it up, rounding it forward. It's getting loose in the shoulders and the upper body. All right, we're gonna take our arms apart. Let's do some circles here. Opening up our chest. Reverse your circle now. Ooh, feeling that nice stretch. All right, we're gonna take the feet together. Let's reach the arms forward, singles now. So I want you to over-exaggerate this so that we're engaging our core, just warming up our spine, loosening up all those muscles, loosening those muscles. Let's reverse that circle, opening up the chest. And that nice stretch. All right, we're gonna take the arms down. We're gonna warm up our neck, our shoulders now. Let's take the chin to the chest. We're just gonna draw circles with the nose. Big circles. So this is where we should slow down. We don't want to go too fast here, right? We don't want to be dizzy. Let's reverse that circle. Up and over. And that nice gentle stretch. And coming back to center. Allowing the glutes to settle in our head. Let's take our right ear to our right shoulder. Dropping the chin to the chest through center. And left ear over left shoulder. Just going back and forth. And that nice stretch. And there's a spot that kind of needs some TLC. Take some time to stretch it out, to breathe into that muscle. come back to center, lifting the chin up. We're gonna come to the edge of our mat, or just taking a couple steps to the side. If you don't have a mat, let's reach it up. We're gonna dive it forward into a forward fold. So feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to here. Pedaling the feet out, just warming everything up. I don't know how, but my pants were like all crazy crooked. All right, let's walk it out to a plank. The top of a push-up, we're just gonna pedal through the feet. So we're stretching out the calves, just pressing the heels down, starting to warm up our core, engage our core. Let's lift our hips up and back, still pedaling the feet out, downward facing dog. And that nice stretch in our calves. We're gonna step our right foot up into this low lunge. Feel free to drop down onto your knee if you need to. Let's reach that right arm up, opening up the chest for this spinal twist. Bringing it back down to center, stepping it back, downward facing dog, and then let's take it to the other side. This low lunge, again, dropping down onto the knee if you need to, and then let's reach it up, this spinal twist on the other side. Spiking that heel back, taking it back to center. Let's rock the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold, and then we're gonna bend the knees, round through the spine, slowly stacking one vertebrae at a time until we get back to the top. All right, hope you're feeling warm. If you need to, take a couple of minutes just to continue to warm up if you don't feel stretched enough, because we're about to start round one. So our first move in round one, we're gonna get low. We're gonna do a shuffle to a calf raise. So we're gonna shuffle to one side, and instead of jumping, because it's low impact, we're gonna lift up, get down, shuffle, and lift up, just to get our heart rate up, to get our heart pumping. All right, our next move, that's when we're gonna grab. I'm gonna grab my medium-sized weights. If you need to, just play with it, see what weights you need to do. If you need to go higher or lower, you're gonna find out pretty soon. All right, so our first move for our weight, our muscle strengthening, we're gonna lift up for an upright row, so palms are facing in. We're lifting the weights up to the chest, pressing it down, and then we're giving you a chest cross, one each side. So we're just taking it on the slight diagonal. So upright row, and then chest cross. So really engaging the chest and the deltoids here. We're gonna put those weights down, or if you don't have a heavier weight, keep the weights in your hand. I'm gonna grab my heavier weight here. We're gonna go to a goblet squat. So 30 seconds, goblet squat. We're taking our feet about hip width apart. We're gonna grab that weight. We're gonna kind of lift it up here, it's a little heavy. All right, taking that weight to our chest, holding it here. We're gonna send the hips back, squatting down, keeping our chest up, and then lift, pressing through the heels. So from the side, sending our hips down, and then pressing through the heels to come up. That's your goblet squat. I'm gonna carefully put this down. And then our last move in this circuit, we're gonna do a plank. You've got lots of options here. If you need to, you can do a plank on the wall. You can come to a top of a push-up plank. You can come down onto your elbows. You can come down onto your knees. Lots of options here. So whatever one you want to take, maybe do a different one each round. That's probably what I would do. So if you want to join me with that, go for it. So here we go. Hope you're ready for it. I'm ready for it. Grab you some water. If you need it, we're going to start with that shuffle calf raise. Getting low. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Shuffle, and then calf raise. Get down, shuffle, calf raise. Again, we're trying to get our heart rate up here. Shuffle, calf raise. So we want to move quickly, but of course in control. Shuffle, calf raise. Keep it going. Lift. Lift. Engaging our core. Heart rate is up as we're reaching up above the heart. Reach. Lift. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's grab those light weights or medium weights, whatever you have, for that upright row to the chest cross. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Upright row, chest cross. Deep breaths here. Upright row. So I want you to engage your core. Lift. If you need to, slow this down. If you're like, this is so easy, this isn't working, so you go up on your weight size. Should be difficult for you, should be tough. Across. Lift, and then across. So you want to find that happy medium, because we're doing 30 seconds. You can only do 2 with the weights that you have. You might need to go down. All right, let's take it to that goblet squat. I'm gonna grab my heavier weight here. In 3, 2, 1. There we go, setting your feet apart, lowering down, and lift. And just squeeze the glutes at the top of this move. Breathing deep, engaging our core, lift. Deep press, deep breath. Exhale at the top, lift. Keeping our chest up, so our heart rate's gonna go up because we're working the legs. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, putting that weight down safely. We're gonna make our way down to plank. Whatever plank you're feeling right now. I'm gonna go on to my hands and knees, my elbows and knees. Let's go, 30 seconds. If you're on the floor, I want you to press up out of your shoulders. Lift, pulling our belly button to our spine, keeping our back flat. Deep breath. So our heart rate is still up because we've got those quick rest intervals. Woo. Breathe here. Keep that breath going. Almost there in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up. We're gonna do the second portion of round 1. So again, we're just repeating what we just did. Twice or 2 times each for each round. Let's go. Shuffle calf raise. Lift. Getting our heart rate back up. Lift. Getting low. So I want you to have a level change here. Lift. Keep it going. Lift. Breathing deep. Engaging our calves as we lift our heels up off the floor. Lift. Woo. Feeling it in my calves. Keep it going. Lift. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's grab those weights. We're gonna go that upright row, that chest cross. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up, chest cross. We're just pulling that weight on a slight diagonal here. Lift, working the shoulders, and then working the chest. Breathing deep. Deep breaths here. Keep that breath going. We don't ever want to hold our breath. I mean, there is okay, yeah. But there is a time and place to hold your breath, but now is not the time and place. Reach. 3, 2, 1. Finish this out. We're gonna go to that goblet squat. So bring that weight to our chest, or if you have a heavier weight, same thing. Pick it up now. Here we go. Let's do that right. Exhale at the top. Deep breath. Pressing through the heels. Again, we're sending our hips down as if we were trying to find a chair to sit back in. Deep breath. Strengthening our legs, strengthening our glutes, strengthening our core, all of the things. Lift, exhale. Almost there. And 3, 2, and 1. Putting that weight down, we're gonna go back to that plank. So you can repeat that same plank or try for a different one. Up to you. I'm gonna keep my knees lifted for this. Just to switch it up a bit. So you might feel a little shake. That's okay. It's just that energy. The muscles are firing. Breathe. So you press up out of your shoulders, keeping our back flat. So if you're feeling any kind of pressure in your back, it may be because you're dipping your hips, arching your back, because you tuck your hips under. Breathe out. Almost there. Rest. All right, we're on to round 2. All right, so between these circuits, while I'm explaining these next moves, feel free to grab some water, or if at any time you need water, stay hydrated. Okay, our first move in the second round, we're gonna be doing high knees again, low impact but high intensity. So we move our feet quickly, pumping our arms to get our heart rate up. Our next move, we're gonna pick up our weights. We're gonna lean forward, engaging our core here. We're gonna press the weights forward, we're gonna give you a row, sending our elbows back. We'll squeeze our shoulder blades together, pressing it forward. We're coming up to our hip now, so halfway, and we're gonna lift it back for a tricep kickback. So press forward, row back, and then lift into the hip, tricep kickback. So working the shoulder blades, the rhomboids, and the back of the arm, our triceps. Our next move, you can hold on to these weights. I'm gonna pick up my heavier weight here. We're gonna go to a deadlift. So we're taking our feet about hip width apart. We're gonna bend over. I'm gonna pick up this weight with both hands. Keep it in the center. Again, if you have 2 weights, you're gonna hold them down. Palms are facing in. We're gonna keep our core tight, our back flat. We're gonna lift, hinging at the hips, squeezing our glutes, pressing through our heels to come up. We're gonna lower down, bending our knees, lifting up, deadlift. Just like that. This is more of an American deadlift. There's other options where you straighten your legs, but for this time, we're gonna bend our knees. Our next move, where we at? We're gonna grab one weight. So for 15 seconds, we're gonna work one side of the core, other 15 seconds, we're gonna work the other side. All right, so we're gonna go to a standing oblique crunch. We're gonna bring one hand behind our head. We're gonna drop that shoulder down towards our hip, and then we'll lift it up. So we wanna keep our chest up here. We don't wanna bring it down to the side. We wanna keep it tall, and then drooping that shoulder down to the hip. 15 seconds, and then we're gonna take it to the other side. And that is our round 2. I hope you're ready for it. Hope I'm ready for it. Let's get after it. We're gonna start with those high knees. Again, low impact, but high intensity. My earlobes are open now, so my nose is running. Sorry about that. 3, 2, and 1, high knees. So, benefit of exercise, it can help with allergies. Pumping our fingertips to our eyebrows. Quick beat here. Engaging our core, so we're bending forward just slightly, still keeping our chest up. Imagine if you were about to take off running, you would be forward just slightly, right? So same thing, let's move those feet. Again, low impact, high intensity, getting our heart rate up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna pick up those weights. We're gonna go to that row and that tricep kickback. Here we go. Leaning forward, hinging at the hips, and 3, 2, and 1. Sitting the elbows back. And we're gonna lift to our hips, kick it back. Press forward, row it back, triceps, press it back. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then press. Also having to work the brain here. You're like, wait, that looks like a similar move. What are we doing? Row, and then tricep kick back. And then leaning forward. Which one are we at? Keep it going. 3, 2, and 1. All right, you can keep those weights in your hand. I'm gonna pick up my heavier weight. We're gonna go to that deadlift. So I'm setting the feet about hip width apart. I'm hinging at the hips. Let's get after it. Bend your knees and you press through the heels to come up. So with this deadlift, you're gonna feel it in the glutes, your hamstrings. You're also gonna feel this in your lower back. So if you feel it, that's okay. I don't want you to feel pain though. So if you feel pain, I want you to stop. Exhale at the top. Inhale, exhale. Here we go, it's strengthening our core. Breathe it out. 3, 2, and 1. Gently putting that weight down. We're gonna grab one weight for our oblique crunch. 15 seconds on one side, 15 on the other. Here we go. Bring that hand behind our head. Let's get after it. Dropping it down, lifting it up. So you can take that weight away if you want to, just adding some extra resistance. So we're really working this oblique as we drop down and crunch it over. Reach, drop, and lift. Just sliding that shoulder towards the hip. All right, let's switch sides. Over, drop it down, lift. Deep breaths here. Heart rate is still up. We're moving quickly in between those moves. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop that weight. We're gonna go back to those high knees. Round 2. Let's get after it. Quick feet. Pumping the arms, fingertips, eyebrows. Again, we're getting our heart rate up. So I want you to move quickly. High intensity, but low impact. Breathe it out. Keep it going. Quick feet. Like to play this game with my nephews. The floor is lava, so you gotta move the feet quick, right? Almost there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna pick up those weights for that tricep and that row. Here we go, hinging at the hips, keeping our chest up. 3, 2, and 1, rowing it back, and then tricep kick back. So having to engage our brain here, row, and then triceps. Pressing it forward, elbows back, and then lift. Shoulders are down, triceps. So squeezing our shoulder blades together on that row, lifting to the hip, press it back. Row, and then lift. Breathe it out. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's put those weights down. or keep them in your hands. We're gonna go to the deadlift now. Here we go. Bring that weight in the center. 3, 2, and 1. Bending at the knees, squeezing the glutes to come up, lift. Let's just exhale at the top. So we're keeping our chest up here. Pressing it up. Exhale. Lift. Almost there. Keep pushing, building that strength. Drop it down. Lift in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to go to that oblique wrench. 15 seconds one side, 15 on the other. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, send down. Getting out all that air. Gauging our core. Keep it going. Let's switch to the other side. Over. So just dropping that shoulder to that hip, or towards that hip. Exhale it out. Almost done. You got this. All right, putting that weight down, grabbing some water. We're gonna start round 3. All right, so for round 3, our first move, everybody's favorite, right? We're gonna be doing burpees, but low impact. So we're gonna step our hands down, step our feet out, step the feet back up towards the hands, lifting the chest, and giving it a calf raise. So step it down, step back, up, and calf raise. We can do this. You're gonna love those burpees, right? Love-hate relationship with those. Anyway, so our next move, we're gonna grab those weights. We're gonna bring our palms out. So we're gonna do an upper body complex here. You're gonna need bicep curls. We're gonna lift, we're gonna hug the elbows in, lifting the weights up to our shoulders. We're gonna open our elbows out here, and then you're gonna need an overhead press. And then down the way we came, biceps. So bicep curl, opening up the elbows, press it up, bring it back in, lowering down. So we're gonna build that strength in our shoulders and our biceps. Our next move, you can stay with those weights. I'm gonna pick up my heavier weight here. We're gonna go to a sumo squat. So I'm gonna bring that weight in front of me. We're gonna step our feet apart wide here. Our toes are facing out on the diagonal. We're gonna lower down. We're gonna pick up my weight here and then press through the heels, squeezing my glutes together to come up, lowering down, keeping my chest up, my torso tall, lowering down and lift. That's sumo squat. It's gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna put my weight to the side. Our last move for this round, we're gonna do a T reach. So 15 seconds on one side, 15 on the other. We're gonna come down into that plank position. We're gonna reach one arm through first, and we're gonna come up to the side for this T plank. We're gonna reach it down, and we're coming up. So we're pivoting on the balls of those feet. 15 seconds on that side, and then same thing on the other side. Coming to this T plank, reaching it down, reaching it through, and coming up. All right, that's our next moves for round 3. We can do this. Here we go. We're gonna start with that burpee. Right off the bat, you got this though. Let's get after it. Step it back, up, calf raise, lift. Up, and lift. If it's too much for you to come up all the way, I want you to stay low, coming into this squat. So more of a sprawl, lift. Or add that calf raise. Breathe. See if we can pick up our pace here a little bit. Try to get our heart rate up, building that strength. All right, let's rest. We're gonna grab those weights, go for that upper body complex. Here we go, palms are facing out. We're gonna start with that bicep curl. 3, 2, and 1, let's go. Bicep curl, elbows out, overhead press. Down the way we came. I want you to breathe here. So a lot of muscle control. I want you to be in control of that weight. The weight's not in control of you. So if you need to slow it down, slow it down. Bring it together, hugging the elbows in. Keep breathing here. Press, lengthening that bicep. Up overhead. All right, lowering down, and then we're gonna go to that sumo squat. You can either keep the weights in your hand or drop them, or switch weights if you're in my case. Bring that weight to the center, stepping your feet apart. Let's go. Lowering down, lift. So I'm just keeping my torso up, pressing through my heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes here. Just to breathe. Squeezing the glutes up top. Move down. Exhale as you come up. Connecting that breath to that movement. Lower and lift. Deep breath here. You got this. Tell yourself you can, right? Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Let's put that weight to the side. We're going to go to that T reach. Coming in to the top of a push-up here. 3, 2, and 1. Pick one side, whatever side you want to start with first. Reaching it down and lifting up. I want you to pull that chest open. Trying to keep our shoulder in line with our wrist here. Hitting on the balls of our feet. Lift. Let's switch sides. Reaching it through. Lifting up to that side plank. T-plank. Reach. This is really engaging our obliques, our back, our core, our abdominals, all of the things. All right, let's rest. We're gonna go back to that burpee for round 2. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop it down. Step it up. Half raise. We want to move quickly, as fast as we can to get that heart rate up. But of course, we want to be in control, right? Tap down. Lift. Again, if you don't need to come up all the way, you can stay low here. It's an option for you. Lift. Exhale at the top, or just try to catch your breath. Do what you need to do. 3, 2, and 1. Finish this out. We're going to grab those weights for that upper body complex. Woo! Heart rate's up. Here we go. Flip your palms out. In 3, 2, and 1. Bicep curl. Elbows out, opening up the chest. Pressing it up. Breathe deep. Woo! Catch your breath. Up. I want you to engage your core here. So slight bend in our knees. Because we're moving weight, our core is having to be engaged as that weight is pressed up overhead. Breathe deep. Trying to press those weights up at the same time. So we usually have a side that's stronger, that's dominant. All right, let's put those weights down. Or keep them in your hands, going to that Sumo Squat. I'm gonna grab that other weight, bring it to the center. Stepping my feet apart. Let's get after it. Lower down, lift. So again, pressing through the heels. We should be able to wiggle our toes. Exhale at the top, lift. Squeeze in the glutes at the top, building that strength in our legs, in our glutes, in our core, even our upper body here, right? Exhale. Almost there. Press. In 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna put that weight down. Coming down to that T-plank, reach. Here we go. Whatever side you want to start with. 3, 2, and 1. Reach it through. And then coming to that side plank. Reaching it through. If that's too much for you, you can just hold the plank. Reach or hold the side plank. Reach it through. And then rotate, open up the chest. And of course, keep breathing. All right, let's take it to the other side. Reach it through and lift. Reach it through, lift. Breathing deep. You got this. Building that core strength. Almost there. Let's rest. All right, here we go. On to round 4, last round. You can do this. So round 4, we're gonna be down on the floor. Just a little note, I have interchangeable weights. So this is not my heaviest weight. It's just an in-between. It's a little heavier than the dumbbells that I was using, but you only need one weight for this round. But we're gonna start by getting our heart rate up. We're gonna go to a wide mountain climber. So we've done mountain climbers before, but instead we're gonna step that foot to the outside of our right hand, right to the outside of our right hand, step it back, and then left to the outside of our left hand. We're gonna go back and forth, wide mountain climber again. We're taking out that hop because it's low impact, so step it back and forth, we're gonna engage our obliques. Our next move, we're gonna flip it over onto our back. We're gonna grab that weight. We're gonna do what's called a pull over. So I want you to hold that weight with both hands. We're gonna lay down on our back. Find a comfortable position for you. Let's lift that weight up overhead. We're gonna engage the core here. We're working on our lats. So we're gonna bring that weight up overhead and then bringing it back to our chest. Up overhead and then to our chest. So you should feel this in the back of the arm for our lats. You're gonna feel this in your back. Then our next move, we're gonna keep that weight in our hand. We're gonna flip it over. If you want to, you can drop the weight. We're gonna do a weighted glute bridge. So bringing that weight across our hips. We're gonna lift up, pressing through our heels, squeezing our glutes together and lowering down. Lift and lowering down. Really pressing through the heels, focusing on our glutes here. We'll just squeeze it out, keeping our core tight. And we're gonna put that weight down to the side. Our last move, we're gonna do a reverse crunch. So, you should bring your hands down to your side. We're gonna lift the knees towards the chest, lifting the hips out just a little bit, but we're using our core. So we're not just rocking here. We should really lift. You need to really slow it down. And then if you want to take it further, you can tap the feet back down, but I want you to keep your lower back on the mat here. So pulling the feet up. Your first option is to make it smaller, or tap the feet down, pressing that lower back into the mat. All right, are you ready? We've got 2 rounds. We've got this. Here we go. We're gonna start with that wide mountain climber while I'm sitting back down. Here we go, coming into that plank position in 3, 2, and 1, stepping it out, back and forth. Pressing up out of our shoulders, building that core strength, back and forth. You got this. Really engaging our obliques, the sides of our core here, and working on our shoulders. Try and keep that back flat. You got this. Breathe out. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower down. We're gonna flip it onto our back for that pull over, grabbing one weight. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Lifting it up, and then lifting it up overhead, pulling it back to our chest. Up overhead, really focusing on the muscles that we're using. So you should feel this right under the shoulder, the back body. We can press your lower back into the mat. Breathing deep here. Deep breaths. Keep it going. You got this. Lift. All right, let's rest. We're gonna bring that weight across our hips, going for that glute bridge. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's press the hips up, lowering down. So our core is tight, but we're focusing on that glute. So I want you to squeeze the glutes up and together as we lift. Again, you can do this without weight. You can do this with heavier weight. It's up to you. Lift. Just building that strength. Keep it going. Almost there in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's put that weight to the side. We're gonna go to that reverse crunch. Slowly lowering down. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Lifting the knees up, lifting the hips up off the mat. I want you to focus on using your core to lift the hips. So cutting out that momentum, lowering down. Again, if you make this easier, I don't want you to tap your feet. Just making that move smaller. Hugging these into the chest, belly button to spine here, keeping our lower back on the mat. Deep breaths, keep the breath going. Lift, lower down. All right, let's sit it up. One more round, we're gonna go to those wide mountain climbers. Coming into that plank position, let's get after it. Sending it out and back. Pressing up out of our shoulders, feeling our obliques here. Woo. Deep breaths. Out to the side, lift. You got this. Almost there. Out, in. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's lower down, flip it over. We're gonna go for that pull. It's called pull up. Pull over. There we go. Getting around my nephews. All right, lower down. Let's get after it. Lifting that weight up overhead, and then pulling it down to our chest. Up overhead. So try to keep the shoulder blades together and back. Up overhead. Working our lats here. Tight core, huck, and pulling it down. Breathe it out. Almost there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring that weight across the hips here. For that weighted glute bridge. Here we go. We're gonna press into the heels. Let's get after it. Lift, lowering down. lift, squeezing the glutes up and together. Keep it going, lift, lower down, building that strength. Deep breaths here. I want you to really focus on what muscles you're using. We can recruit up to 20% more of that muscle engagement if we're focusing on that muscle that we're using. All right, let's put that weight to the side. We're gonna go to those reverse crunches here. Laying down on our back, we're gonna hug our knees up to the chest, lifting our hips up. Let's do that for the last move before we stretch it out. Lift, lower down. You keep your breath going, pressing that lower back into your mat. Lift, tap it down. Deep breath. It's so important to have a strong core. It helps with our back pain. If you want to learn more about that, I have another video that discusses how you can reduce your back pain from home. So go check that out. Exhale it out. 3, 2, and 1. Let's hug the knees to the chest. We're going to stretch it out now. Rocking side to side if that feels good for you. Let's extend one leg out, still hugging that knee up to our chest here. And that nice stretch. And then we're going to extend one leg up overhead to the point and flex that foot. And that nice stretch in our hamstring and our calf. If you want to take this deeper, you're going to grab onto the calf. But I don't want you to overstretch. We just want to feel that little whisper in our legs and our muscles. Let's hug that knee back to the chest. We're going to pull that knee to the outside of our torso. So just opening up our hip here. And then bringing it back to center. And then switching sides, hugging that knee into the chest. Stretching out our hip flexors here. Let's extend that leg. Hamstrings, I want you to point and flex the foot. And that nice stretch in our calf. And the back of the leg, back of the knee. If you want to take this deeper, you can grab on to your calf. Still pointing and flexing the foot. Just working through that muscle. Let's hug the knee back to the chest. And then we're going to pull it to the outside of our torso. Just opening up our hip. Breathing into this hip. Hugging it back to center. Let's extend our legs out. Reaching up overhead. Stretching out the body, lengthening the torso. And then we're just going to roll it over, flip it over onto our belly here. We're going to stretch out our abdominals, bringing our hands under us. We're going to press up to a Cobra here. Or if it's not comfortable for you, I want you to make it smaller for baby Cobra. Just breathing into this. And then we're going to send the hips back. We're going to bring the big toes together, stepping our knees apart. Let's send our hips down towards our heels for this extended child's pose. Coming back to neutral, we're going to come to a tabletop position. Let's step our hands forward just a little bit, curling our toes under, sending our hips up and back for downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet out here, stretching through the feet, the back of the legs. Let's walk it up to meet our hands into this forward fold. And we're going to bend our knees, we're going to round through our spine, taking this nice and slow, stacking one vertebrae at a time. I want you to reach it up, big inhale, and then exhale our hands to our heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this low impact circuit workout. Hope you got your heart rate up, building that strength in our muscles. Just a full body workout, so good for our body. I hope to see you back next time. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, remember to keep living lightly.